software to then tap that. Zero the gauges. It doesn't matter so much if they all go to exactly 0 here. I'm not going to actually record this reading. Now they're all sitting at 0. I've closed the pressure relief valve. I'm going to pressurize the cylinder. When I first pump the handle here and put pump oil into this cylinder, what's actually going to happen to begin with? Is the pressure going to start going up straight away? No. No, why not? Oil has to fill it. So you kind of need to fill the cylinder before. What's going to actually be happening to the cylinder? Pushing out the pistons. So what's actually going to be happening to the cylinder is what's going to be increasing? To begin with, what you're actually doing is increasing the volume of the cylinder. When I pump, first of all, I'm actually just going to be increasing the volume of the cylinder, and you can see, and I always check at this point, I have definitely closed the pressure relief valve. It is closed. To begin with, what I'm doing is actually just pushing the pistons out. So it takes a while to actually push the pistons out, so they're pushing against the end caps of the cylinder, and then eventually we do start building up some pressure. We'll stop at 0.5 meganewton per meter squared, roughly. Yes, go a wee bit higher.
Mine's had the space, the battery just went.
As you can see, we are getting less strain in this direction. I took the pressure up a bit high here, but we're getting less strain in this direction than before. We're getting stress in this direction, which is stretching these strain gauges, but we've also got stress in this direction. That is contracting these strain gauges, and therefore we're giving lower readings. I took the pressure up a bit high. If I hadn't taken it so high, these would be reading in the 80s, so they're not too far off what we were expecting. And this one is still expanding. It's being stressed in that direction. There's stress in that direction, which is making it stretch, but there's a bigger stress in this direction, which is making it contract. But because of that Poisson's ratio effect, it does still stretch. Just nowhere near as much as before. Or not as before, but nowhere near as much as these ones. That's at about 20, that's at about 90. What's halfway in between? 55, I would say. So that is about halfway in between those values. And we're getting the same kind of relationship. That's closest in direction to these ones, so it's giving us the next biggest reading. That one's closer in direction to that one, so it's giving us the next smallest reading to that one. But again, the idea is, as the pressure goes up, these strain gauges just increase in a linear fashion, and these strain readings. But I am just going to go straight up to a pressure of 3 here. You don't need any other values, just this maximum pressure. We were getting about plus 600 before, we're now getting about plus 500, which is roughly what we expected. That stress that way is actually reducing the strain that way. But they are all positive. That's about 100, that's about 500. That is about halfway in between what we would expect. So hopefully nothing too surprising in the results that we're getting here. We'll look at what we're going to do with those results next week. But that's basically it as far as the experiment goes. I'm going to record that set of readings. Oh good, it's bang on 3 now, perfect. So that's it, that's all the readings we need for that setup. So I am going to take a snapshot of that.
You have to do an important simple stress after complex stress, both are the same thing.
We're talking about both simple stress and complex stress, Michael, yeah? I just thought that was obvious. It does give you hoop stress values here, but I won't be putting them up on Blackboard. You need to work them out for yourself, but you can see when the pressure is 3, the thin cylinder theory says that the hoop stress should be 40, and the axial, which is called longitudinal stress, is 20. These are the values you're hoping to get when you do that, you know, take Young's modulus, Poisson's ratio, and the strain readings and put them all together.
You're not hoop stress.
Yeah, you can work out sigma h is PD over 2t and PD over 4t. Yeah. Why would I want to make life easier for you?
So much on our plate, right?
All that's left to do is basically open the pressure relief valve and I guess disconnect from the thing. That's not really that important thing. I say I'll put those results up on Blackboard, but crucially, as I've said, the main focus, the thing I'm going to be looking at most closely in a read your reports is, can you explain why the gauges did what they did in the open ends and the closed end setup? Why we got the results we did? Why we got, well, all those things we've talked about. The more of those things you can talk about and hopefully explain in a way that makes sense, in a way that gets across your understanding, the better. Yeah. We'll look at what we're actually going to do in terms of the number crunching and all this stuff. We'll look at that next week. But you can obviously write a good bit of your reports now if you wish to, if you have the time.